For breakfast this week, I'm making baked ham and egg cups. Super easy recipe, high protein, even popping in a veggie. So let me show you what you'll need. You're going to need eggs, asparagus, deli ham. I would get larger slices of deli ham, light shredded cheese, salt, and pepper. So the first thing I did is sprayed my muffin pan with some nonstick cooking spray. And we're going to place a piece of ham into each muffin cup and kind of spread that out, creating a cup. Then we're going to sprinkle our light shredded cheese down inside the cup. We're cracking an egg on top of the cheese. I sprayed my asparagus with some nonstick cooking spray. We're just going to place it on top. And then go ahead and sprinkle on a little salt and pepper. And then we're going into a 400-degree oven for 13 to 15 minutes, just based on your preference of how your eggs are cooked. The ham and cheese egg cups are out of the oven. These look so good. They smell incredible. So I'm going to have one or two of these as part of my breakfast for the week. Let me put all the information here on the screen for you. For my lunch this week, I'm making turkey Havarti cranberry sliders. This sounds absolutely delicious. Pair this with a veggie, some fruit. So let me show you what you'll need. You're going to need some slider buns. I went ahead and went with these. You can do the Hawaiian rolls, whatever you prefer. Some deli turkey, Havarti cheese, cranberry sauce, onion powder, sesame seeds, brown sugar, Worcestershire sauce, Dijon mustard, poppy seeds, and butter or light butter. So the first thing we're going to do is just slice our rolls in half. We're going to spray our baking sheet with some nonstick cooking spray. And then we're taking the bottom part of our rolls and placing it on the baking sheet. Then we're going to place 5 slices of Havarti cheese down on top of the rolls. And then we're laying our turkey down evenly to cover all of the rolls. And then we're spreading our half of a cup of cranberry sauce evenly on top. And then we're placing the other 5 slices of Havarti on top. The top of the buns back on. Then you're going to melt half of a cup of light or regular butter, adding in about a teaspoon of poppy seeds, a teaspoon of sesame seeds, tablespoon of Dijon mustard, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and then 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. We're going to mix that all together. And then with a pastry brush, we're just going to spread that right on top of the rolls. I'm going to cover with foil. It'll go into a 350-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll remove the foil and allow it to cook another 5 to 7. That'll get the top nice and crispy. These sliders are out of the oven. Ooh, I'm so excited for these. I'm going to allow them to cool, and then I'll cut them into individual sliders. That'll make it a lot easier to have ready for the week for lunch, but I'll put all the information here on the screen for you.
The snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling
For a sweet
down.
treat this week, I'm making Christmas dump cake. This would be perfect for any party, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and it is 5 ingredients. So let me show you what you'll need. You'll need a cake mix of your choice. I'm just doing the 0 sugar. I also have the 0 sugar apple pie filling, butter or light butter, cranberry sauce, and then you can do pecans or walnuts. I have toasted pecans. I definitely recommend toasting your nuts. It really brings out the flavor. So into a 9 by 13 baking dish, we're going to spread the apple pie filling and the cranberry sauce into the bottom. And then we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of sugar or sugar substitute on top. That's going to balance out those flavors. Into a medium bowl, we're melting 4 ounces of light or regular butter. We're adding in our cake mix. And then half of a cup of chopped walnuts or pecans. And then we're going to mix all of that together. Also on top of the fruit, I didn't realize we're supposed to add a little salt as well. Salt and sugar or sugar substitute to balance everything. And then we're going to spread our crumble mixture right on top of the fruit. Nice and even. Dump cake is going into a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes. You want the top golden brown and the fruit bubbling. The dump cake is out of the oven. It smells amazing in my kitchen. I'm going to let this cool completely. You can eat it as is, ice cream, whipped cream, whatever you would like. Look at that bubbling action going on. I'll go ahead and put all the information here on the screen for you.
Jingle bells ringing